So who wants to talk about last week?
We did a
Um,
thing.
we found out that old people don't know the concept of waiting, and we found the creator of the Super Mario 64 paintings. And he's painting a thing, and apparently he wants to go meet his father. And we have some cool hiding paintings now.
Well, I mean, if that's all you want to call important.
I mean, what else was there?
Adgar kicking your teeth in? The
Oh, yeah,
creation of
nah.
the wolf pack?
Well, I mean, Gary coming around, that's, that happens every episode of Pokemon.
And aren't we going to, like, jump into some barrels from the school or whatever to actually get in?
Oh, I don't like
To the
that turn
place.
order.
We cheated.
Barrels?
Oh, yeah. We're now able to get past the toll booths by using supplies.
Well,
Yeah, we could smuggle ourselves in.
It's less smuggling and more cash, grass, or ass.
I don't have any grass or ass or cash.
Well, you kicked the ass already, so you're good. Meanwhile, ID initiative.
I refuse.
Hey, that's fine. You just don't have a turn.
Can't we just talk to the painter?
Oh, the painter is just furiously painting something in the background.
Can't we just talk to the painting?
You're in the painting.
Oh, I forgot about the painting.
The paint!
Alright.
You know, they made it look a lot different in Mary Poppins.
Well, Mary Poppins didn't have magic.
Yes, she did.
Yet she was nothing but magic.
No, she had sorcery, not magic. It's a difference.
Our sorcerer has wild magic. There's no difference.
Well, that's wild
What's
magic.
Well, what's the difference between a sorcerer and a magician? Like
Magicians
a wizard.
are fun and
One's
nice.
a hack, the other dies to keys. And there's a reference for you. Brad, initiative.
Wow, that was fast.
Oh.
All right.
Oh,
Besides, we know Mary Poppins doesn't worship any deities.
You don't know that. She could be a warlock.
She worships a white powder called sugar.
What's her pact moon?
Umbrellas.
diabetes.
Guys, you're really letting me down here.
Alright. But
We're
yeah,
just so in awe.
Wait a minute. I just realized she's a bard.
Yeah.
So, how are we gonna get killed by this thing in the Faux Fey Wild?
as I was trying to say, as all of you not so much enter, but phase into this painting, you immediately see this wind-swept creature. This almost, not ethereal, but incorporeous gas that crackles with lightning. And the second you step on a blade of grass, she immediately turns, and she's coming at you. And
This explains a lot. He had some bad Taco Bell, had some weird, like, hallucinations, and then farted that thing out.
alright. It's gonna go here. It's gonna start flying about 10 feet up. And that's its turn, because it had a dash. It's now just sort of in the air, wisping with lightning. Unit?
Okay, do my dance for my bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm gonna slam my fists together and go. Um, I'm gonna go champion.
All right. So as you, so as you perform your normal like Inuk Chuck dance, which would be really weird if Chuck was here, you try to stomp the grass in, performing the rite that realigns your chains, which it does succeed. Though you're a little off put by the fact that every time you make an imprint in the grass, it just sort of comes back like memory foam. It's a little unsatisfying.
That's
Wait,
weird.
no, you can't do this both in the same turn. They're both bonus actions. Ah, you got screwed. I'll let you have it. Because you'd have to be in that anyway to walk around.
What? Okay, that's cool.
Alright, so what do you want to do?
I'm gonna stay back here and just let them take the front until this thing charges it.
Alright.
Also
Eleanor.
trying to find my thing.
Eleanor, you nature good. Stop it.
I think I'm gonna quill him.
Alright. So, with a simple
I'll move
flick.
up so I'm in range.
Because, yeah, she is about 10 feet up, so. Yeah, that's about close.
There we
enough.
go.
Whoop, that's my bad. Ignore that.
So, with a single flick of the wrist, you send out these quills that. These silver quills that just begin going through her, but it does seem to take a lot of it with her. Or they seem to take a lot with them. Whatever this is, it definitely has a physical form. It's just not purely physical. It's hard to say from a distance.
I'm good. That's the end of my turn.
Right, Arumix.
Yes.
You're up.
How far away is the boy?
He's all the way back here, and he has not noticed you guys.
All right. Let's see. If I dash, how far can I make it?
100 feet?
All right. I'm going to. I'm gonna fly up in the air, and I'm gonna try to dash past this thing.
Alright.
And do I remember the boy's name?
No, you surprisingly never asked for it.
I thought she gave it to me.
I'm
Pretty
double
sure
checking
it's-
my notes, but I do not have recollection of you asking for it. No, you were going to ask about it when you picked up your painting.
Okay, that's what it is.
Yeah. You basically used the painting to get close to her, then
Ah,
Pretty sure his name's Joe.
turns out it's Gary. It's Abgor.
It's Van.
Alright.
Van Gogh.
Van Gordon.
Oh, good. Now it's an Undertale character. All right. So you're gonna just fly by this thing?
You gonna try to?
All right.
Screaming the whole way.
It is going to make an attack on you. As you swing by it, it's going to open its razored maw and begin to just gnaw at you. Pretty sure that hits.
No, I have an AC of 47. That's believable, right?
So its teeth pull out more than a few, low-lying feathers as you scratch by it, but it's the pulse of poison that then fills the wound that gets your attention. It does not stop you, but that did hurt like hell.
Let's see, how much damage was that? 22. Damn. I'm gonna keep running, guys. I'm gonna try to get that painter, see if he can stop it. You guys have fun. Bye.
All right. You get to about here. And Bran, you're up.
Swords.
All right. You light them up.
Trusty hex.
So again, just this subtle wisp of darkness leaves your pocket and begins wrapping around this creature. It seems momentarily confused.
Yes.
It is still 10 feet up.
Yes. Ah, wow. I can go 45 feet in a turn, so I'm actually gonna move right up.
All right.
And that's my turn.
Okay. Wow, this is not going to go well. Alright, Bran, it sees you too close. And it's going to lower itself down adjacent to you. And it's going to spin quickly, and as it does this, the lightning coming from it just begins to radiate.
Oh, wow.
Nope, that does not hit you. You just saved, boy. So this thing spins like a Tesla coil, basically, and begins striking lightning in every direction.
But it says it's a saving throw.
I think that's like to hit and then like the additional stuff.
Okay.
I'll look into
take
that,
it.
but right now, yeah, this should be an AC attack.
Okay, cool. I'll take it.
Yeah, it's got to hit first.
I will accept not getting hit by that.
Yeah, it's got to. If it hits you, then you have to make a dexterity saving throw to do half damage.
Alright.
Meh.
And yeah, it's just gonna stay kitty corner to you about 5 feet. Still 5 feet up.
Okay. So it stays within 5 feet.
Yeah. It is 5 feet off the ground. Alright, unit.
Okay, I run up in front of Eleanor. And then I take a bull's like a runner's like stance, and then put out my fist and I ram him.
It's still 5 feet up.
I'm 8 feet tall.
Right.
Can I just like do a little hop when I charge through him, or I can't reach him?
You know what? Make an athletics check as well as your normal attack. I'll see if the height difference is just enough. Let's see.
I miss anyway.
You get the jump, but this thing does not have legs. It just has this wispy smoke beneath it, and you just barely clip by.
Okay, so I charge through. I get to there. Then, so I whip around and I look at him. I go, that's weird. I swear. What? Is there really anything there? Am I hallucinating? And then I pull out my scimitar.
Alright. Which brings us back to Elenil.
I'm thinking, let's see. I'm gonna B-shape into a land lamprey.
Is that one I gave you?
Yep. And I'm gonna slither up to this lady. I have 40 feet of movement. Like, get in the ground, slither up, and then try to bite her.
Oh, that one. Okay. No idea where that token is, but yeah, it'll just increase your size and this will work for now. You strike into this thing and it just you get it in your mouth, but you now notice that most of the wisp is just air. It only has this very slender body, almost like a T shape, and it's just able to dip out of your mouth at the last second.
Dang it. So, okay. Well, it's magical. All my attacks count as magical, if that helps.
You just missed its AC.
Okay.
It's like it's very dexterous.
Alright, well, I'm just gonna chill out then, in the ground, waiting.
Which then brings us to Aromax.
I'm gonna use just how far away am I from that boy now?
About 65.
Alright. So I'm gonna try to run up there.
You can go 50.
Alright. If I get to 50, I can probably yell at him, right?
You need to try and yell at him from here.
Yeah, I'll try to yell at him from here, and if he doesn't move, I'll run closer.
All right, what do you say?
We need your help.
All right, you say this.
Wait, do I remember the woman's full name? Or did I get that?
I would say you would have known her full name. I unfortunately don't have that notebook on me because I looked at my psychiatrist.
Oh, dude, that sucks.
It's also my dream journal.
Oh.
So I did it on purpose.
All right. So I will yell her, son of so and so. We need your help. Son of
Araya. Araya.
Araya.
Right.
Yeah, son of Araya.
You say this, and you can see the boy physically hesitate, but he's still just fervently painting another portal, but not in the sense of magic. Portal is in the sense of like another doorway. And getting closer, you can see there are dozens of them all over the place.
Oh, shit. Alright, I am running closer. Full everything.
Alright. Get you to there. Bran.
I'm gonna hit it with my swords. I'm also going to use my reaction to disable the lightning, so there's just cold.
Okay. Where's my plan?
Because I bet lightning doesn't do much for it.
Alright, one hit. And that's just cold and necrotic?
Yes, necrotic is in my offhand.
Alright, so you do 8, 10 damage. Alright. You find the physical, almost like this stem in the center of it, and you're able to just cut into it, and you get like this gouts of, not so much blood, but amber. But this thing is fast, it is wily, and it is not happy right now. Now then, it's now its turn. Doesn't get that back. However, it does not like someone being so close to its prey. So it's going to just vamp away. It actually turns to mist and then just phases through.
So, no opportunity attacks?
You can try.
Could I try too?
Yep.
Let's all try.
If we all try together, we can. Well, we've all have tried.
Alright. Unfortunately, nope. It's just slips through your grasp. You know, you're able to just barely get close enough to swing at it, but it's like trying to swat steam with a tennis racket.
Interesting.
That's its turn.
How far off the ground is it right now?
Oh, it's 5 feet up.
Okay.
So for any of you, you can reach it from the ground.
I'm gonna get that close, and then I'm gonna lightning lure.
Alright, roll it. I need to make a strength saving throw.
Oh, I gotta get closer. Yeah, there. Yeah, strength saving throw gets pulled back 10 feet.
Okay. Alright. You pull it closer. It, however, doesn't seem fazed by the lightning.
Well, now we know.
And it's
Man.
very perturbed.
I would be perturbed too. And what are our rules on using a cantrip and a bonus action spell later?
I'm
So
just,
what?
I'm just kind of like, just go for it.
Okay, I was just gonna cast level 2 and summon my Shadow Blade.
Alright. So, you almost pull from the darkness around this creature to make your dark psionic blade. Like
Can I use the attack with it or just summon it?
I think you get the attack when you summon it. I want to say you do. Can you give me the description real quick? I'm gonna go ahead and say yes, but just want to double check. In addition, when you use the sword,
Yeah, it doesn't look like I get the attack automatically.
you're fine. Well, yeah, you do actually strike into it, and the little dark whispers or dark wisps that you cut into it do begin to slice more amber out of it. It's not liking that at all. In fact, it's kind of staring you down.
That was my plan.
Eleanor?
I'm gonna go 40 feet, which I think is like right here. And I'm gonna poke my head out and just wait for it to see if it'll come. So can I hold my action and have it go if this ghost thing comes anywhere near me?
Yes.
I do have 5-foot reach.
Yeah. And you essentially coil yourself ready to snap at something hostile getting near you.
Yep, I'm ready.
There it is, Autoax.
So I'm right by the kid now, right?
It will take you a little distance, but yeah. You're within reach.
Yeah. So I'll get right up to the kid and just, put my hand on him and just be like, hey, we need your help. There's a monster in your painting and it's attacking us and we need your help. I'm Armax.
Yeah, he just sort of like shakes you off and then just continues. He's in like in a mad fervor to continue another portal.
Can I take his paintbrush?
You can attempt to.
I attempt to.
All right, strength check.
Oh, that's great. Armax is super strong.
He used to be.
I'm not worried at all.
I am confident that's a failure.
I should have been worried.
Yeah, you have no idea. Yeah, you grab the paintbrush and he just sort of elbows you in the gut and then goes back. Not specifically aggressively, but he's like, to get it away from you, he like slams his arm back to wrench it out of your hand. Alright, and say that's your action.
I imagine that is. Well.
Remember yesterday when you were super strong?
Yeah. Do I have anything I can cast on him?
Well, do you have anything as a bonus action?
Do I have anything that does as a bonus action?
Doubt it highly.
No. No, I don't.
Then Bran, you're up.
That's not what I meant to do. Don't do that.
Yeah, especially with the range.
I'm way out of range for that. I'm gonna move up here, and I am gonna cast Eldritch Blast. Shoot out a couple of those.
All right, one hit. So, just these more dark like meteorites you just begin sending out of the darkness in your sleeves, and one manages to strike. Didn't do as much as you would hope, but this thing is made of mist. It's hard to tell. All right, which brings us back to them. All right. You know what? Unit. It does not like you.
Feelings mutual.
So it just begins to try to just rake at you with its teeth. Over and over again. However,
I just...
with 2 blades and half your body covered in chains, it really can't find any purchase. Seeing this, it's going to then spend the rest of its movement to get next to that thing that keeps hurting its plaything.
What should I hit it with? The Shadow Blade.
Just a whole lot of hot air. This thing is really slippery. But on the good news, it's your turn.
I lightning lure him again.
Alright.
Oh.
You strike at it with lightning and it just sort of pulls it into itself. It almost pulls you to it. It is definitely not fazed by your lightning lure.
This time. Okay, that's all I got.
Right, Eleanor.
I'm gonna move the 40 again and hold my action again. And that's it.
So again, this very large and very intimidating serpentine creature just keeps moving closer and closer, carefully measuring its movements. It almost looks like Elenil is stalking this thing, while the rest of you are playing with it. Speaking of playing with it, Outer Max.
Yes. Let's see. What did we hit it with that pissed it off?
damage?
Yeah, anything that hurt it?
Anything? Okay.
It is right next to you.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at that right now. Let's see here. What do you think it's more, what do you think is probably its weakness?
Hot boys.
Yeah,
Not
I mean,
lightning.
not lightning?
It didn't like the psychic damage.
Alright, then, I'll use,
Global warming.
I'll use, Nicel's Radiant Baton with, psychic damage.
Alright, surprisingly enough, you hit it. It gets right up next to you, and you just sort of baseball swing into its chest, or what might have been its chest. It definitely catches it off guard.
I am talking to the painter.
Yeah, it really doesn't like you now. Bran.
Shoop. I will utilize my bonus action to pass Aramax a potion. Let's give him one of greater healing.
Woohoo!
And then I'm gonna try and stab the thing.
One hit.
You certainly tried.
You do get a good slice into it, and again, more amber begins to pour out of it. If this thing could bleed, it would be bleeding. However, it's still just way too fast. You're basically wasting half of your effort just trying to hit something. Which means it's turn. One of these days, he's gonna roll above a 3. Alright.
What's it rolling for?
Recharging.
Oh, no.
Alright, it's going to go after Bran first, then Armax.
Come at me, bro.
Oh, man, why couldn't it have gone after Armax first and then Bran?
Yep, so Bran, it swings at you with its claw, and with almost as if it had no bones, it leans its head over and just snatches onto Armax's shoulder.
Golly, I keep hitting all the wrong buttons.
Oh.
Other than what I meant to look for.
No, I think
Okay,
that's
cool.
what the one you're talking about.
Yeah, so I will actually go ahead and use my reaction to attack the creature since it attacked Armax.
Alright. So use the opportunity of its head being turned away to hit it again. 12, 13.
Haha, I knew where your head was, fool.
And it's really starting to realize that's not good. So it's going to go over here, and it's going to go another... It's essentially going to circle above Aramax.
Oh, that's not.
It just goes through him.
I mean, it can.
Something flew through me.
Something strange. Alright. Yeah,
But does
and
busting make us feel good?
Oh, my turn. Shit, he's on the side of the room.
It's now 10 feet up.
I don't like it. I'm gonna run under it.
Alright.
That looks weird, but I'm under it. And then I'm going to... Yeah. Angle my... I guess... I don't use my mouth, but I'm going to angle my hands up and you cast Dragon's Breath. And I'm going to use... I'm going to use fire.
Yes.
You do currently have... You know what, it's stupid the Shadow Blade isn't considered a casting implement. But alright, you're gonna try that.
Yes.
Alright. So it takes half. You... thinking that it's steam. Steam does not like fire. You just released this gout of flame. Let's see.
I'm just testing it. Then I don't have any other bonus.
So you release this gout of flame that goes straight up. And it does seem a little worse for wear. However, what catches your attention is the clouds on fire.
Oh, I lit the painting on fire, guys.
What?
And you can begin to see sort of like the oil age cracking. Just slowly moving. Eleanor.
This is a bad spot for fire.
Alright, I'm gonna move up. And it's right at 40 feet, so I'm gonna get right under this thing and hit him. Or try to bite him.
Yeah, no. Out of everyone, you would have the shot. Hey, you hit.
Don't act all surprised. She's good.
Well, she has the lowest to hit modifier with the snake. This thing has a pretty high AC, as you've begun to notice. And that's piercing damage?
Yep.
That's all the damage it does?
Now it's attached to the target.
Ah.
And now, while attached, the lamprey doesn't attack automatically. Doesn't attack, but automatically inflicts 1d4 plus 2 piercing damage at the start of its turn. It moves with the other creature. It can't move on its own. They have to make a strength athletics check contested by the lamprey's dex check to get free.
All right.
And lamprey has tactical advantage on this athletics check.
So taking a page from those snap jaws that tore you guys apart at the bottom of Tick's tower, you just clamp into this thing's body with all 4 fangs going right through it. It screams in agony. Like, if you've heard a Tesla coil perform music, it sounds like something's going horribly wrong. But yeah, you currently have it stuck. And it really hates you now. Armax.
Hooray, I am not the most hated. I would like to drink that potion of greater healing.
Yeah.
Because I have 5 health.
How do you only have 5 health?
Because I've been hit for 44 health.
Jeez.
You only have 49.
I have 51 health total. And I was hit for 46.
Wow.
He took a chunk out of me when I flew past him.
Wow.
Alright, well, roll it.
What's the roll for that?
44 plus 4.
4d4 plus 4?
Mm-hmm.
Yay!
Not
I
bad.
have 21 health now.
Oh!
You have
I
almost
com-
half health.
Alright, I'm not gonna retcon it, but I would totally... This was totally the wrong creature that I was thinking of. Elenil is not a large creature, she is a small creature.
Wait, what?
The land lamprey is basically a large eel. Not D&D mechanic large, just...
Like a snake?
Oh, it's like a larger than a normal sized eel, not a large creature eel.
3 feet long.
Oh, okay. We'll just say that Eleanor had a burst of inspiration from the god of eels.
I'm gonna say she climbed up the man ladder you guys built for her.
Teamwork.
But yeah, no, she's now attached to this thing. See, that I thought you were the snake, and that's what got me. I am terribly sorry.
biggie.
Yeah, Armax? So, yeah, you
Yeah.
quaff a potion using one of your precious non-refundable resources.
All right. What can I hit this with that won't cause horrifying damage to the canvas?
Or hit the large, like... I mean, it's basically a leech.
Yep. You know what? I'm going to. It has a face, right?
It's something resembling a head.
And I take it Elenil's not there.
No, she's basically latched onto the lower part of its body.
I see. Then I will go ahead and I'll cast Magic Missile to go right for its face.
Alright.
Therefore avoiding Elenil.
And yeah, you just daka this thing. Pretty horribly, too. Where everyone else had to worry about the mist, your missiles just hone in and just begin caving its skull in. It's starting to look really bad. Where once it was screaming, it now seems to be sobbing. Hey, Bran, you're up.
Kill it!
How far up is this thing?
10 feet.
Feet up. Okay, well, let's get in the party here. And since I can cast jump at will, is it possible for me to jump up and attack it in the same turn?
Jump is an action. You could try to just jump. Standing jump is what? Your height plus your strength modifier in feet?
Yeah, that's not going to be very good at all.
I mean, you do have more than a few ranged abilities. And this
I
thing
do.
does look pretty bad.
Is it like at the edge of 10 feet away?
Just about.
Okay, I'll just use Eldritch Blast. Pew pew!
I mean, you got a hit.
Pew.
Pew!
So, your second attack would have been more successful, but you then realize, oh, that's Elenil on it, and just like, just trying
yeah.
not to hit her. And, Hex.
Oh, get off.
Nope.
There we go.
Right. Ouch. Yeah, it's really starting not to look good. Alright, oh, it's its turn. For once, get this fecking thing. Finally. Okay. Unit's barely stung her. Armax surprised her. The leech is pissing her off. But she kind of hates you, Bran. Out of everyone, like, you're just the thing bugging her.
The most consistent annoyance.
So it's gonna lower itself within 5 feet of you, and it's gonna
Yeah.
spin and kick up its thunder again. Oh, for fucking out loud.
No, I'm good. Thanks, though.
Alright,
Yeah. How's it feel to miss?
it's now gonna go 30 feet straight up.
Oh, dang.
I don't like that.
Yep. And I'll do this. That's about what she's gonna do.
Bye, Elena.
Alright, unit.
Oh, now it's out of range of my lure.
Yeah, it's catching on.
let's see. Well, that's not all I can do. Okay, I'm going to take my Shadow Blade and throw it at him. It's a what was the range in it? Oh, it's only 20 yards. He's up how far? Or she?
30 feet.
That's too far. Well, it'll be a disadvantage. Can I throw it at a disadvantage?
Yeah.
Bad roll.
Like, it does have like a disadvantage like spectrum, correct?
Well, I mean, it's got like if it's in dim light, it would be an
Yeah,
advantage.
range 2060.
Yeah.
So disadvantage.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Yeah,
does that hit? Yeah.
You strike it with the blade as it returns to your hand. You just nick part of its body. Not as satisfying as you would hope, but you see more amber just begin to pour down onto the floor.
Okay, and I use my second attack to do it again.
All right.
That's 20 or 14 does not hit, does it?
I imagine you just like using a flurry of shadow blades, just hurling them, and you're only able to get a couple nicks here and there.
Of course.
You
And
do, however, see the blades plink off the burning ceiling.
damn it. I'm not good for being in pain, these guys.
Right.
Then I'm going to switch. I'm going to use my bonus action to switch to Champion's Dance. I'm going to like do a little drunken boxing.
All right. So where once your feet were semi-heavy, now your hands are iron fisting.
I'll
That
tell you, it's not
sounded a
champion.
lot better in my head. I know what you meant. All right, Eleanor, you are sucking on this thing's foot.
Aw.
It takes 3 damage.
I'm beginning to notice that Eleanor's just constant DPS.
Yep.
Like, she has the best DPS in the party at this moment.
Is there any way I could stay, like, hook to her and move up farther than her foot?
Because
Like
of the
an
creature,
ankle?
because of the creature, I'd say you can move slightly.
I will move up very slightly.
You're basically grabbing onto it, readjusting your suction, and then like swinging your body like a hinge. You are I am bread right now.
Nice. Just like to like an ankle or a meaty part of the leg. And I'll just stay there. And that's it.
Right, Outer Max.
How's it looking?
Not good.
Not
The
good?
shower of amber would speak volumes if it was blood.
Well, if that's the case, then I'm going to... And I'm going to give it one more set of magic missiles, just right into that same facial wound. I want to blow his head off.
Also, D20.
Oh, that's right. 20!
And because I keep forgetting to do this, and I apologize, how do you want to do this?
Whoa.
Because you over-fecking killed it.
I would like to hop up, and I would like to grab its face with my hand and then shoot all of the magic missiles in my hand. Just blow its head off like that.
I wanted to make a reference, but I can't yet, because no one's seen it. Not everyone's seen it yet. But yeah, you just one-hand palm blast this thing's head, question mark, off the oval-esque thing upon what looks to be the T of its body. And as you do so, the lightning dies, and it just goes limp. And then begins to fall on the lamprey.
I immediately pick up the lamprey and hug it.
I'm trying to think, how much I think that's like what? Yeah, no, as soon as Eleanor hits the ground, she's back to normal.
I pick up the Ellenil and hug it.
Okay, you're welcome. And I lightly pat him on the shoulder.
Now then, the artist.
Which you turn back and you can see the child just sort of nursing its head and like picking amber out of its eyes.
Ew.
Ow.
Are you okay?
I would like to check out the state of the fire.
Spreading.
Worrisomely quick, or got a couple minutes?
I'd say the entirety of this place is about 100 yards altogether. It's about a 20-yard circumference hole.
Okay, RMX, let's make this quick.
Hey kid, are you okay? There was some kind of monster, and you were painting a really good painting.
Ow. Thank you. Can we go somewhere else? I kind of want some air that's not filled with lead.
Yes, I agree. Let's not be in here.
Yes, we should. This whole place is actually on fire now. Do you have anything in here that's really important?
No, wait. Fuck it, I'm leaving. And he just picks himself up and, like, still rubbing crap out of his eyes, just walks instinctively towards the, well, to the picture frame, and just begins to just crawl out.
We walk with him.
You all
I'm gonna
exit
check.
the frame.
I'm gonna check inside the hut just in case he left anything important.
Yeah, I'll check with Brain as well.
You open the hut, and the door moves about 4 inches before it stops.
Okay, time to.
All right, let's get out of here.
Oh, I was gonna say it hits solid blackness,
It hits a solid canvas.
It
basically.
needs more time to.
Yeah, you all begin to file out, and it takes it about a couple of seconds. The child's pulled out a small bottle of what looks to be a cider and starts drinking through it, and you all see the painting you were just in sort of begin to crackle and burn away. Ow.
So, mind telling us what that was in there?
A mistake and a waste of paint.
You painted that thing?
Not intentionally. My muse wanted this painting, and then I painted it. And then that thing was in there. It seemed inviting enough.
Who's your muse?
It's not a literal muse. I'm an artist. I'm Robert. Robert Assault.
Hello, Robert. We have some bad news.
It can wait. I need a winter festival brew. I don't care what it is, just something strong.
It's not winter.
There is a festival.
He takes the fingers off the bridge of his nose and just sort of looks at you. What do you mean it's not winter?
It's spring, isn't it? It's spring, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's past winter. It's full blown spring. Also, the towers come down.
Okay, one thing at a time. And he goes over to the window, opens it, and cracks and looks out. And he's immediately sort of distrusting because he sees festivities. But then he begins to notice that it's not cold. And that the sun is out. How long was I? I thought I was only in there a couple hours. Days?
That's
Oh.
why you shouldn't mess with the Fae.
Noted. Ow. That thing really hurt. I hope you punished it properly.
I blew its head off.
Congrats. You found one of the few ways you can kill those things.
But yeah, you've been gone for a while, and I hate to tell you this, but your mother's passed away.
Where he was very sort of somber, but he immediately wakes up to that. What?
We were set to find you, and we by the time we just found you, she had passed away a few days ago.
Wait. Huh? How? She was supposed to be back for another 2 months. Even if it is spring. When did she get back?
What? Wait, what does your mother look like?
7 tall, chalky white skin, beautiful pinback white hair. She's not human.
I was talking to a human, right?
Yes, you were.
Okay.
Oh, so someone else killed themselves over him.
Hang on. Flowing gray and white peasant outfit, gray hair, incredibly sad looking.
Human.
Human selling all your belongings.
Where's the cliff?
Dead.
Where is the
Dead.
cliff?
No, she killed herself on the rope.
No, the painting. The painting is called the cliff.
Is it one of these?
He goes to look at the display you have of all his other paintings, and he's like, oh. Well, that's the second time I've lost my biological mother. It's just this time I'm more aggravated. I should explain.
You painted your biological... Wait, okay. So your biological mother killed herself, and then you painted her, and then you left, and she came out of the painting and killed herself again.
She died during childbirth. I never met her. I only have what my father described her as.
I mean, technically childbirth's a choice, so...
That is some dark shit.
Damn! Why don't you just kill Gwen Stacy while you're at it?
Okay, I made the painting in sort of memory of her for her birthday. Little did I know. Wait. Where's the Triton?
How many people have you been painting?
Where's the ghoul?
Why are you painting monsters that can come out of paintings? What struck you?
Where the hell is X29?
Wait, what? The hell is X29?
These were portraits. They were all portraits.
Didn't we kill them all?
No, we only saw an old lady. Oh, God.
None. Oh, she was selling the... Oh, that's all.
This is...
I don't know if she did it as stupidity or spite, but I really hate it when I make... Okay, hold on, no. I can solve this. He takes out the paintbrush and he unscrews the pointed wooden end to reveal a ink pen. And he goes over to the one that he called the cliff, which is the first one you guys saw. Which, hold on, let me just do something real quick. And he scratches a line through it. Like, corner to corner.
Oh, I kind of like that one.
As he does so... Oh, for feck's sake. Alright.
He draws an even more dangerous
Nope,
monster.
sorry.
Wahaha.
Calls a battle.
He's
As he draws a
he's
line through it, he then sort of waits. There we go.
Oh dang.
There we go, because I figured you guys deserve to see this.
Oh shit!
But yeah, as he does this, he then begins to wait, and it takes a couple minutes, but you then see at the edge of the door frame this amorphous, sort of semi-solid non-Newtonian fluid begin pouring in under the frame, and then begins to slither its way back to the easel where the cliff was, and it begins pouring itself through the line, almost as if it was a crack in the glass. Bit by bit, almost gallons of this stuff begins to fill back in. And once the final drop of it's back, you can see it move to the end of the cliff and then reassemble itself into the woman that Armax and Elenil saw that long day ago. Though now everything is still in the painting. Okay.
Wow.
Thankfully. Just gotta do the other ones. And he goes and he starts slashing through the other ones. He does the ocean, he does the cityscape, he does the cyclone, which he's sort of confused why there's a cyclone, but he moves on and he slashes through all of them.
I touch the cliff painting. Does anything happen?
Oh, but wait, I really like those buildings in the moon. And, okay.
It's all canvas.
I
As he does this, the ocean one has another amorphous globule come out of the windowsill, where the overlooking the water, and fill itself back in. And in it, you can see sort of a not a Trenton, but a sort of fish boy hybrid, very scaly and disgusting and monstrous. However, you notice that its skull is caved in, and part of its body is charred. And once the kid sees it, he's like, "That's not how I left him."
Wait a minute. Does it look a little similar to one of the ones we fought?
No, this where you fought like lizard folk and whatnot. This looks like somebody crossed. This looks like someone put a dead fish and a Jeff Goldblum in the teleporter machine.
Ooh.
Like it looks
someone
all
did
That
him
kinds.
sounds horrendous.
It looks 1950s effects bag. But he admits, what the hell killed him?
I'm going to guess something blunt and something having to do with fire.
City guard?
How do you burn something that's constantly wet? Last time he did this, he went to the ocean. How do you burn something in the ocean?
Ooh, we did blow up that tower.
Magic.
100% blew up that tower. Yeah, that's
Yeah, we blew up the tower very badly.
with a
Like,
gigantic needle.
Well,
it was pretty bad.
well,
massive
he came
brain.
back. It takes him hours to come back every few miles. If this thing was at that fortress, which I still don't even believe you did that, then he wouldn't have come back this quick. My question is, where's the other three?
Is this like that story where if they wish really hard, they can become real boys?
I hope not. They shouldn't even be able to escape. They only do that when they get hungry.
There was no one.
What do they eat?
Well, they have to refill their ink. That's kind of the trade-off for these things.
So maybe they're. Oh! What about? Oh no, that's closed right now, so we couldn't find it.
Is there an ink bottling plant nearby?
No, I only had so much of my father's ink. I've been diluting it to keep them placated so I can figure out what to do with them. I don't know why they haven't come back, though.
Could they have found more ink?
I mean, I've searched high and low. I haven't been able to find it. I've only been able to do so much because of my stepsister. And even then, she had to pull a lot of strings to get me what I had.
Where's your stepsister?
She works... Well, she just got assigned to hydroponics in the Arcanus Magnum.
Would they know where the ink is?
I mean, I've had her ask. They've kind of just given her blank stares. Like, even I don't know, and I only had so much.
No. I mean, the paintings, are they able to sense the ink?
Would she have come to visit in the months that you've been gone?
It depends. When did the tower fall?
Like a couple days ago.
I mean, it was so hectic that they were working people 24/7.
So probably not.
She's probably comatose somewhere. Unless she got sent there. Oh, by the 9, I hope she didn't get sent there.
Yeah.
Yeah, what'd she look like?
Well, a lot like my stepmother. Tall,
Oh, really?
white-skinned, pulled white back hair. Not human.
We didn't see her. We didn't see her body in there.
Right?
I don't like how you immediately went to body.
There were a lot of bodies in there.
You're not making me feel better.
I don't think she was in there. And I do a bird
But
smile.
there was no body left. We did encounter several creatures that ingest things whole, so
Okay, you don't get to talk anymore. No.
If you could write down your information, we could go check on your sister.
we can.
Also, we should probably help you find those.
Bigger problems are Max. I mean, he found the boy, and that's great. And his skill, while limited, may be useful. Wouldn't it just be easier to bring him to the Arcanus Magnum?
I mean, I could probably ask Natura to see if she has a pass I can borrow.
I mean, the better question is: so they gotta consume this magical ink that your father made at one point, right?
They dry out. The paintings, I don't know how long they last. My father didn't teach me that far before he disappeared. But they dry out. If they don't consume the color, they start going away.
And if they can't find any more ink, are they just gonna, like, off themselves, or do we have to worry about them?
Well, when I paint them, I paint a story. The cliffside, it was meant to be my mother, but it became more of a story of, the inevitability of everything. The ocean, that was the fish child. Its story was it wanted to sink the land in an ever-expanding ocean so that all that breathed air would perish within the blue sea. I've been going through some dark periods, okay?
Could you have just gone through a blue period?
I did. Then I painted him. I'm more concerned on why the Gold, the Crane, and X29 aren't back.
What is X29?
What is X29? You keep saying that, and I have no frame of reference for this.
He's from that. I've never seen the Citadel of Slag, but I do know the Citadel of Slag has the moat of iron. It's literally a moat of liquid iron. I imagined what a creature would look like that could try to survive there.
And you named it X29?
I kind of picked a letter at random and just rolled some dice.
Why?
I don't know how dwarves name things. They typically name them after armor pieces, for all I know.
So what does X29 look like?
25 feet tall, 15 feet across, made of a dark, black and charred iron that looks as if it was forged in the very depths of hell itself.
So it'll be difficult to find in a crowd.
Possibly. I mean, he used
Given
to
how
dive through
long-
that iron.
It's too bad we don't have that lady around to ask what happened to the rest of her painting buddies.
Do you think she's friends with them?
I think she'd at least have an idea, but
You're giving them a lot more credit for their sentence. They typically just follow their stories.
how does a painting hang itself to death?
Well, that's the thing. They didn't kill her. They don't breathe. They barely eat. She probably did that for the attention.
So if we can find where they probably took the body,
Well, I hate to break it to you, the body's there. And he points towards the cliff. Once I X'd out their painting goes back to how I made them. That's why I don't know why these three are not back yet. It either means they're very far away, or they've found a way to sever themselves from their paintings. I don't know if that's possible or not.
Well, considering our luck, probably.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
Does it matter?
I mean, probably not. I can't imagine they'd find any source of color that'd be substantial. It'd have, the ghoul needs red, the crane needs yellow, and X29 needs blue. But they need a large supply of it.
And you've looked all over the city and can't find any supply of it anywhere except probably at the Arcanus Magnet.
All I had is what my father left me. Or left with me. And he goes underneath his bed and pulls out a sort of a leather satchel. And he opens it up and there's several small little vials of, well, ink, basically, but they've all seemed to be dried up. Some of them are missing. And judging from how you found bottles around the place, you'd think you'd know where they went. And I've been trying to find him just so I can A, ask what the hell he's doing, and B, see if I can get more paint.
Father got it from.
Well, I don't know. He was kind of painting something, which, you know, he's the one who taught me how to do this, you know, the living art. Then he went to go get ink. He's done that a couple times, but he's typically gone a month. He was gone about a year before I started looking.
What was he painting?
It's his what is it? Magnus Opera, Magnum Opus. He was contracted to paint this church. Never told us where. He just said it was it would set her family for life, is what he said. But as far as I know, he never started it. He still needed the paint. That's why he was apprenticing me, just so I can help him.
So, hypothetically, if these guys were to find a way to sustain themselves, what would they try to... They'd follow their stories. And we already know one guy would try to violently sink everything. What would the other three try to do?
The ghoul, who I was actually kind of proud of, he was stalking the city. He was the embodiment of the boogeyman. I had him literally hunt around the city to, you know, scare, capture. I didn't explicitly say kill, but I didn't explicitly tell him not to either.
You know what? You just follow us. I have an idea where we might find a lead. Keep explaining that, and I think we should head to the Hunters Guild and see if any of my pals, associates, might have an idea if anything's gone on.
Okay. I kind of want to talk to my sister first.
Yeah, how about we do this? How about we check on the sister first and make sure that she hasn't been attacked by the boogeyman? Or a giant thing, or what was that? What is a crane? Like, do you mean a bird crane?
Yeah. It was just a bird.
What's he do?
The sister has been busy trying to guard the borders of the city for the last several months and is probably exhausted. Whereas the hunters have been trapped inside of the city receiving whatever contracts they possibly can for the last several months. If some sort of giant 25-foot head of iron hell monster started roaming around the city, I think it would be something that would either be contracted or at least rumored about.
What do you mean? What do you mean defended the city? She was just stationed to hydroponics. She was just growing food.
Yeah, that was part of the defense until, it started running.
What the hell have I missed?
They set up quite a bit of room.
Everything. We're the heroes of the city now. And Talon's an asshole.
Well, that's the first thing you said I believed so far.
Oh, that's good. So few people have believed that we're the heroes of the city.
I've apparently been in a painting for 3 months. I don't know what you're getting sassy at me for.
No, I wasn't sassy. That was serious. We've told several people we're the heroes of the city, and none of them have believed us.
He's just mad because he worked really, really hard to be the hero of the city.
I am not an orc. I'm not an orc.
She's not an orc. Now come, let's go check on your sister because I am legitimately worried that a giant robot, a giant boogeyman, and a bird may have attacked her.
Let's do that.
By the way, what's the bird story?
It was just a bird. Just a bird stuck in a storm. That's it.
Yeah. I guess he'll make his own.
I mean, it's probably nothing. Well, he was a pretty big bird.
How big was this bird?
He may have caused the storm with his wingspan.
That's a big bird.
All right, after this is done, you are only allowed to paint cabins. Cabins that have just been built by good, happy people.
And we have an alchemy table.
Actually, if you would be willing, would you be willing to do a commission after this?
Can we go check on my sister now?
Yes, let's go.
Belittling this
timing.
18-year-old human child. Alright, so where are you guys going then?
We've been to hydroponics before, so we can just go there.
Yeah, let's go to the hydroponics.
Well, only Eleanor and Ayaja have.
I will lead you there.
Which, by the way, Eleanor, the name he kept repeating was familiar to you.
I thought it was. Was that the leader person?
That was the person currently ahead of hydroponics. Natura.
Gotcha. That's what I thought.
Yeah, the Asimar. Yeah. Alright. Let's see. Oh, wait. It's still festival day, so you'd have to wait until the afternoon before there'd be any returnings. Right now, it's just sort of like sending people back out.
I guess we could always get a meal for our new painter friend.
Hey,
I mean, the Hunters Guild is literally in the ring that we're at, so if we're going to have to wait.
All right, I guess we could. Yeah, no, we can. Yeah. If we have to wait, let's go to the Hunters Guild and check up on that. See if they've caught the
Lodge.
boogeyman.
Yeah. So you head out to the Hunter's Lodge. I said right this time. And it is a very familiar sight, although there seems to be a lot more drunks? Though not sad drunks. More like, the war is over kind of drunks. And you do see the same blonde-haired human just pile driving a bottle of champagne. A really cheap bottle of champagne, but he is showing it who's boss, or he's trying to see if he can crawl completely into it.
I look to the others. You guys see if you can catch a mule. I'm gonna do my thing. And I'm gonna go to the contract board to see if any of the contracts match the descriptions of the things that we're looking for.
Make an investigation check.
To look at a board?
Yep. Because this is like a bulletin board in a college. There's dozens of things everywhere.
Oh, okay.
Like, hunters will leave clues and information that they find here for other hunters.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like, it's basically a BBS. Granted, a lot of it is BS, but...
Is it like a Tumblr?
No.
Oh.
No. Fuck no. This is coming from a guy who uses Tumblr. It looks more like the crazy board with the string and the pin cushions. But yeah, you look around, and there's nothing that specifically describes a ghoul. There's nothing that describes a very large bird, or a metallic anything. However, you do find a notice about a weird fish-like creature that was seen by the Eastern Docks. The docks where you guys came in from with Captain Christo. And it's been punched as if it's been claimed.
Ha! I mean, yes.
Other than that, you don't see much else.
Okay. I'll go ahead and head into, like, I guess the private club.
It's basically a smoking lounge at this point. Which it is a little more populated, looking more like illicit poker than anything else. You don't oversee anyone you recognize.
In that case, I will look for someone who seems to be a little drunk, but not, like, hammered.
As compared to the front office, this place is a lot more sober. There's a lot more people nursing whiskeys as opposed to, finishing a fifth.
Like the people who decided to take contracts on the front lines rather than just waiting around the city the rest of the time?
They're enjoying their drinks. They're not being enjoyed by their drinks.
Yeah. Good deal. Then I'll just see if I can sit next to the nearest guy.
Alright, you see next to him, it's a half-elven individual. Looks to be a ranger assortment. Has a small thing of quiver, has a small quiver with arrows just sitting sideways on his belt. Behind the chair, funny enough. So it's almost like the chair's attached to him.
Greetings. I'm Brand the Blood Hunter. I'm a part of a group known as the Wolf Pack. We've recently caught word that there might be some monstrous beings out and about. One is 25 feet tall and has a head made of iron. Have you heard any rumors of such creatures about the city?
Hi! That was fast. No, not specifically. Not I, anyway.
Anything ghoulish?
I mean, you'd have to narrow it down.
My client's description was the boogeyman.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Which culture's boogeyman?
vampire lair?
And he sort of like looks around the table, like most people are just like shaking their heads. One of them's like thinking, but then is just like, no. Like, the walls just got open, so nothing beyond your standard sewer fare for the moment.
They actually came from within the city. The last creature is a massive bird that can cause storms by flapping its wings.
You describe that, and the room gets a little silent. Your client, as the half-elf sort of leans in, wants you to hunt Bakura?
Not necessarily to kill it, but if it comes to that.
Everyone is just staring at you, trying to read you, which is actually surprisingly difficult. But a few of them clue, and it's just like, okay, who wants you to kill Bakura?
His name is Robert Assaul.
What lordship is he?
No lordship.
Some schmuck wants you to kill the Storm God.
Probably an aspect of the Storm God, and not likely the Storm God itself. But
Bakura is the Storm God. Feathered Death. We live in its nest, for fuck's sake.
Live in its nest?
Okay, you're just some little stupid. Okay.
I'm from out of town.
No. Bakura is the Storm God. It is the bird that hunts this city. These cities. Sorry. When the Emerald Glade was moved here, we moved in its nest. Because its nest was large enough to house all 3 rings. That's why we're not sunk into the swamp. Some schmuck wants you to kill that.
If you'll excuse me for a moment, and I'm gonna stand up and go back into the other room. Robert.
Yeah.
Did you paint a Storm God?
I don't know, I never messed with it. Once the winds kicked up, I just never went in there.
Do you understand?
You're an idiot.
What did I do?
You made these horrible things without looking after them?
To be fair, I never did portraits before. I did them to practice, because my father asked me to. Because I thought he was going to be back in a month.
Do you know if your paintings are able to take on all of the abilities and attributes of that which they are supposed to reflect?
I mean, for the most part, yeah.
Okay, I'll be back in a second. And I turn around and go back into the other room and sit next to the half-elf again.
Which, by the way, you walk in there and every chair is turned looking at the door.
So, if anybody receives a contract or sees a contract posted for a second Storm God bird, please let me know as soon as possible.
Well, we did. No. You don't get to do that. What do you mean second? There is nothing other than Bakura. Are you drunk or poisoned?
Would... let me see. Let's try tackling this from a different direction. I recently slayed a small fey creature. Well, it's not necessarily small. About my size, a little bigger, made of air and lightning. Anybody happen to know about that?
Oh. Ram sort of shakes his head like, it could be on a dozen different things.
No? Nobody knows what that is?
No one goes to
Okay.
a fae, so... Yeah,
Well.
good fucking luck.
Yeah, well. I was just trying to figure out how serious the threat was. I'm surprised that a storm god could get out without being noticed. It seems that we may have a major crisis potentially brewing up, depending on the current circumstances.
Wait.
Who handled the fish boy down at the docks contract?
Some new person, a knight of the Amarant court. Samea. I think that's what her name was. She was given specific contract for it for some reason.
Great. Where is she?
She collected her reward and she just went off.
Would anybody have any idea where she may have gone?
We're more concerned with what you're talking about.
I'm very concerned as well. I'm more concerned why nobody has noticed these things since they came from inside the city while the dome was up.
Hold on. And the tension in the room begins to subside. Bakura has never been inside the city. If it did, we would be dead.
Oh,
Bakura is larger than the Emerald Glade. The Arcanus Magnum is the size of one of its eggs. The fuck are you talking about?
one moment, please. I'm going to turn around and walk out of the room. Hey, Robert.
Which, by the way, he's just waiting at the door at this point. It's like, what?
Yeah, come here a second.
Okay. And as he starts walking, he like puts his smock over his face as soon as the cloud of smoke hits him.
Hello, everyone. This is Robert. He's my current client, I guess. He's a painter. He makes magical paintings from ink that his father left behind before he disappeared. And the paint is magic and comes to life. And apparently he painted a storm god.
Half of the room turns away from you. Not opposite, but just like, they've now confirmed you're crazy.
Now you know how Aramax feels.
No shit.
I pat Aramax on the shoulder and say, "Can we get rid of this crazy painter guy
Tell
now?"
us that there have been no sightings of your little paintings.
Like, the half-elf is just like, he's fascinated at you. Like, you just explained to him why Thursday is purple.
Hello?
Hi.
Yes, Robert. How big was your bird?
I mean, I never went in there. Maybe a 50-foot wingspan?
Oh, good.
I'm sure that it's... Maybe we'll get really, really lucky, and it's actually the size that it was in the painting. So it's like a little storm god. Like a little baby storm god.
The half-elf sort of perks up here. It's like, kid, what color is the thing that he thinks you made? And Robert just sort of runs, mostly blue with a yellow back. It's like, okay, Hunter, you're an idiot.
Thank you.
Baccarat's pitch black.
I didn't say it was Baccarat. I gave a brief description of its ability, and you assumed it was a storm. You're an idiot.
You're the one who kept telling us about a large bird that can summon storms. There is no other creature like that.
I look at Robert pointedly.
And Robert's kind of looking just like, you told them I painted Baccarat?
You said it could summon storms?
I said I think it did. Or the storm showed up when it did.
You don't even know your own paintings?
I never went in that one. It had a huge tornado in it. Why would I go in it?
You are making this job less and less easy to care about.
What?
Okay. I apologize for interrupting you. And I'm gonna take Robert and go back into the other room. The good news is nobody here has seen any of the things we're looking for. The bad news is this is pretty much all up to you, Armax. I no longer find myself interested in this event.
By the way, Robert's just sort of like has his head spinning, like he doesn't know what you've been doing.
So there's a I'm probably gonna have to do some searching for these. Let's go check on your sister. Is it the afternoon yet?
For the purpose of this, you can wait a couple hours, get something to eat.
We'll get him a nice meal.
For all of you, it'll be a single gold piece.
Don't skimp on the red cabbage now.
Yeah, as the night comes, you do see several scondolas that are what look to be hopping across the rings. You flag one down by the recruitment center and hop on. And you do skip by. They do, however, tell you to keep your heads down when going into the third city, the smallest one before the Emerald Glade, or the Arcanus Magnum. But other than that, it's uneventful, and you make it back to the Arcanus Magnum, which, for the first time, you've seen it at night, and it is beautifully illuminated. Each structure seems to almost give off its own sort of light, but not bright. Almost like a faint hue and glow. Like, just dim enough that you could sleep through it, but just bright enough that you can navigate. Entering in, you get into the central doorways. And where before there was a couple dozen people here, now there are hundreds of people, seemingly. Just flocks of individuals moving this way and that way. Doors are opening and closing rapidly. It's a little like a New York subway system. So what do y'all want to do? Hello?
I whisper over to Armax and say, can we get rid of this guy already? I don't think I like him anymore.
Why don't you like him?
He's making these paintings that are going to kill people.
Well,
and he won't look after them.
I'm right here.
I'm whispering, shush.
Sorry, I'm
a
just
painter. I can
picturing.
read lips.
I ignore him and keep whispering.
We can't. The order of the operations will be we ditch him after we solve the problem of the boogeyman. Besides, we get to get to see the plant place again, and they won't be busy.
You do have a point.
And he could paint you a really cool plant thing. He could.
Heck no, he can't. I ain't doing that.
He'll paint you that a plant Godzilla.
No, thank you.
I do have a plant beast somewhere in one of my books. Like an actual part plant, part beast thing.
Oh, we could give you like a part plant horse. So are we in the Arcanus Magna now?
Yeah. You're basically at the doorways.
So yeah, let's follow Elenil to the place.
Alright. Like, let me take the reins here.
Yeah. Just
I walk into the place, following, leading everybody in.
And you talk to the front deskman, which takes you a couple minutes as they're processing quite a few people, but as soon as you say hydro, they ask you which one, and you respond hydroponics. They spin the doors around real quick, slide in, and you enter into the same hobbit hole-like doorway. And entering into this place, it is a significant change than it has been the last you were here. As instead of this sort of dried ground, almost, post-depression farmland, you are now entering into a dense forest. The canopy is almost thick enough to cover the light entirety. Around you there are trees from different biomes and species that should never interact, that seem to almost form these perfect walls. But not secluding, but more like structures, almost as if you were in a fortress made of trees, or maybe a garden. Like an actual, garden building. You maneuver
Her mouth
around.
hangs open and she just runs through everything.
Okay. Heading forward, you eventually hit the edge of the tree line, which erupts into grasslands. Plural being the specific here, as you can see green grass, light green grass, dark grass, blue grass. Yes, I know the joke. It looks to be that almost every 50-odd square feet there's a different type of foliage that grows there. Each one has its own little individual weeds and flowers. And each are being attended by some student of arcane or divine nature. Tending to them, studying, making small notes. And where it was before, you can see the semi-greenhouse looking structure, which looks a lot more modest now that there's mostly flat lands around it, but it still has the familiar overgrown look to it. Very, kind of poison ivy in a way. And they're tending to tending to a plant that's barking at her. You can see the very large Azamar Natura, who is currently in depth studying the plant, and hasn't noticed you yet.
Hi, how did you fix everything? This place is amazing. Oh my god. And she just spouts off how happy she is that this place actually looks like, green all over the place.
Ha! You are a bundle of energy. Yes.
I'm in a forest. This is my turf. Of course I'm crazy. I'm in a forest.
Well, now that we don't have to supply food for the entirety of a civilization, we can go back to proper agriculture again. By the way, if we want to talk about miracles, you lot are the talk of the town. And as she goes on to say this, Robert sort of pushes past you guys and goes and just hugs her. Just like, oh, Robert, I have not heard from you in so long. Just sort of picks him up and stands him out, very much big sister taking over little brother. Just what have you been up to? I expected a postcard by now. And Robert kind of begins to grind his foot into the dust and kind of look away. Just I just get wrapped up in my work. Just like Dad. It's well, at least now we can be a family again. Alright, so, what brings you lot here?
Robert painted some magical paintings that came to life one day, and now they are gallivanting about somewhere in the world, and all of them seem to have a murderous intent.
As you say this, you can begin to see Robert just sort of sneaking away from his sister's grasp. But then, right as he's almost away, just a quick snap, and she grabs him by the back of his collar. Which, her being 7.5 feet tall and built like a Russian weightlifter, she kind of just picks up his 19-year-old, 130-pound ass, just sort of swings him back towards him. What did you do this time, baby brother?
Use that magic paint he got from his dad, and he painted a bunch of people. We encountered his dead mom painting, and she convinces that she killed herself, and it was really sad, and we got sad. And then we fought a Feywild creature that was painted, and we caught that one on fire. How are you?
Robert just with his feet dangling, and he's not a short person, but compared to his stepsister, he's very childish at the moment, or childlike at the moment. It's like, I was working on the things that Dad set me to do, and I may have tried finding him. We've talked about this, brother. The doorways can't even get there. Why do you think your paintings can't? I was close. I even lost the last 3 months to it. It's like, what do you mean you lost the last 3 months? Okay. I may have got mesmerized by something. It's like, she just sets him down, puts her hand on his shoulder, she's like, what happened this time? Just give me the ending. 3 of the ones I made are gone. I X'd out the paintings, but they're not back yet. Well, they might be back, but I'm not there. But they didn't come back when I X'd them. It's like, well, did they rot? You didn't have enough to feed them for several months. I would have thought you would have X'd them out a long time ago. It's like, I mean, I would have. That was the intent. I just got stuck. By the way, I was able to grow one of them. And Natura leans back into her office and she picks up a small vial that has this very vibrant ruby red in it. And just brings it back to him. The pain it took to grow something from a different realm was not worth making you happy. And she just sort of pushes it into his chest. But if a big sister can't help her baby brother, there's no one she can help. Robert's kind of just dumbfounded at that, looking back at her, realizing she's still kind of pissed at him, looks back at it. He's desperately trying to avoid the conversation.
Well, at least you're safe.
Yeah, yes, and thank you for that. I feel we're going to be constantly indebted to you all. That said, I wouldn't put too much stock in my brother's little experiments. He may not be like his father, but he's also not an idiot most of the time. And she sort of grinds her knuckle into his head, sort of Force Noogie style. If they escaped, they've either already rotted away, because they wouldn't have had enough to survive, or they've been destroyed or captured, or have already returned. We haven't had an incident with them yet. I can't see how they would be one now.
Well, we'll keep an eye out for it, just in case one of them survives and starts doing stuff.
We really have bigger problems on our hands.
We're putting a pin in it. We have Bear and we got Gary to take care of.
The inks that make them are pretty abnormal for the realm. I'll put some seeds out to see if I can pick up anything. But I am honestly not concerned. My brother hasn't been able to make anything permanent yet. At least I don't think so. And she then begins staring at him again. It's like,
We're all gonna leave and go to bed, and then the boogeyman's gonna attack us.
Right. We were, however, considering the potential of utilizing one of his paintings as some sort of mobile safety measure.
to which Robert's looking like, really? And her sister immediately just like gives him a smack on the head, just like, it's hard enough just to get you one color. You want more? I mean, they did kind of save me. I mean, as you said, we would be indebted to them, and he doesn't get to finish it before just like another smack to the back of the head. It's like, you... Oh. You are just like Mother. Friends. As much as that would probably be well worth it, the flowers that are needed to make the ink that he has to use are incredibly difficult. Just to get the one petal I needed for that small vial took the better part of 6 months. And I cannot figure out a way to grow multiple of them at once. I don't even know how to make a couple of the colors.
Where are they from?
Oh, they're from the Fae.
Well, that must be why he was being asked to paint the Fae.
Who was asked to paint the Fae?
He was asked to paint the Fae. We fought a monster in the Fae.
Again, she just sort of deadpan stares at him, and you can almost see the lasers coming from her eyes going through his head. It's like, okay, it was just a forest. Then I started running out of green, so I started using orange. And then I went to contrast the orange with some red, and one thing led to another. Could have just been a sunset. It's like,
Anything.
it could have just been a dog as well.
Anything even remotely connected to the Feywild is dangerous at best.
That is why I don't like my little brother searching for our father.
So your dad got lost in the Feywild?
The flowers he needed for the inks that he requires cannot be grown on the material plane. And since I have no idea how he would get to the elemental planes, not that they would be able to sell or produce these inks anyway, it leaves him either going to the Fae or the Shadowfell, as impossible as that sounds. But unlike my kid brother here, our father was actually quite good. He could do with a paintbrush with what some of us can barely do with a wand.
Really?
Yes. It's what got me through college. It's what got me into the Arcanus Magnum.
So if we found him, would he be grateful?
I mean, absolutely, we all would. As much as I think he's a bit of a jackass, to which the brother immediately just sort of like, just starts staring at her now. It's like, he is very good at what he does. He's just been gone for over a year. Had mother worried sick.
Armax, I have suddenly regained interest in this hunt.
I told you.
I
Can we
don't
go
know.
to the Feywild?
I'd be cool with going to the Feywild.
No, we're not going to the
Yeah, let's go to the Feywild.
Feywild sounds awesome.
That sounds like a terrible
Feywild,
idea.
Feywild, and I start chanting it.
I say Fey and you say wild. Fey.
Wild.
Points at Bran.
As interesting as that would be, we don't have any doors to go to the Feywild anymore. They've all stopped working.
See,
Transflow hasn't been able to gone past the material realm in over 200 years.
Yeah, there's no possible way to get to the Feywild, see? So we're stuck anyway. So looks like we won't be able to do that. But we'll keep an ear out for your father. We do have bigger things to worry about. If he comes up as an interest that might be helpful in our little campaign we're running, we'll be sure to make it a priority.
And I thank you all the same. Best of luck. I'll look after my kid brother until our mother gets back.
That sounds wise.
She pulls Robert in. She sort of like sits him down at her desk. Then she goes to talking to him, asking about like what he's been doing, and she goes back to studying her little barking plant. So, what do you guys want to do?
Now can we concern ourselves with the bigger fish?
Yes.
1 second. I turned to her. How did you get a barking plant?
Oh, it's just a pot puppy.
A what now?
They're almost like a weed that grows here in Assyria, but they're kind of adorable. And she picks it up and points at you, and you can see what looks to be a small, brown, floppy-eared puppy just sitting in a plant barking. It also looks like it's been buried in the dirt as opposed to grown from it.
I have never seen one of these before, so I cast Speak with Plants so I can talk to the dog thing.
Okay. And you do this, and you can... It doesn't really speak, but you know how little dogs tend to yap? You basically, you're just like, "Ooh, what are you? What is that? What does that smell? Hi, you're big, you're small. No, I'm small. This is dirt. I like dirt. There's water. Oh, I could use water." It's like, just in 100 different directions all at once.
I think it's thirsty.
It's a lot of things.
Well, I mean, it mentioned that one specifically over all the other random things.
I know.
So maybe some water soonish would be good.
He's on a diet. Last thing I want to do is have him grow up too big and get another pot.
He's a plant. He needs water.
He's also a beast. Don't let the soil fool you. There's a lot more to
It's
these
just
things
water.
than we truly know. Yes, and I don't want him to grow too quickly. Trust me, if he was being mishandled, he would make it very apparent, regardless of what spell you were under. You've never heard these things howl.
Well, I'm keeping an eye on you, and I do the, like, 2 fingers to my eyes and point one back at them. I do that a few times while I walk off.
You
I'm
do
a little
this,
skeptical.
Robert does the same thing, and you can almost see, like, the dog kind of mimic it, but he doesn't have fingers, so it looks more like he's just tonguing to his paw and then pointing it at you.
That's adorable. One last thing. How well connected are you with the rest of the mages?
I mean, I'm an upper level student.
Perfect. If you could put word out that we are looking for a knight of the Amarant court named what was her name?
Samaya.
A knight of the Amarant court named Samaya. If you could inform her that the wolf pack is currently seeking, I suppose, time or attention from her, and if you could find a way to assist in actually either getting her to us or just informing us so that we can go to her if we can't get her here into the Magnum, that would be deeply appreciated.
I'll see what I can do.
Thanks.
Peace be to you all. And she goes back to studying her plants.
Well, I don't know about the rest of you, but I have some things I would like to look into before we set out for the ruins.
Yeah,
Same
I want to
here.
study this shadowy archfey thing.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Who says I'm not saying this out loud? I'm just mentioning out of character.
Oh, okay.
Me, the DM. I want to research this weird shadowy fey thing.
Alright. Well, I mean, do you guys all like this? Is you guys have a potential amount of cash and time? Like, we could say, you guys want to take a certain amount of time off so you can do some stuff. I could start talking to you all in between now and the next game. Or we could try to handle stuff out here. It might be audible to everyone else, but that's up to you guys.
Is there anything we might want to do together right now? Like, do we want to go down to the cage and take a look at some magical items and wares? Because that would be something we could all do together right now.
Oh, let's do that.
Yeah, let's check out the wares. Shopping is fun.
Alright. You go back to the central door hub and you ask to go see the cage. And the front desk kind
Oh, one second. While we walk down, I look to Yanit and say, you know that magical scimitar I took?
Mm-hmm.
I pull it out and give it to him. You could use this better than I could, and I give him the fancy Sultan scimitar thing.
Alright.
Was that the one that had like the charging
Yeah.
jewels?
Yep.
You
With the
can
crystals
add
and stuff
spell
in it.
slots into it.
Yeah.
Yoink.
I'll take your old nasty scimitar if you don't want it.
You're gonna give the guy who doesn't like casting spells a weapon that eats spells to do damage, and he's gonna give you a weapon that hates machinery to a person who likes the forest.
Oh, it's machinery, so he could keep that. I just mean if he had like a really old,
Well, no,
battered scimitar thing that he wasn't using.
All he has is the wrench.
Oh, well, I don't want the wrench. He could just have. He could keep it then.
It functions as a scimitar, but it does devil damage against constructs.
Yeah, I don't want that. He can have it.
Well,
There
don't
you
worry,
go.
we'll find you like a wooden sword. But
Oh,
like,
that would be great.
like a sharpened wooden sword. We're gonna find you like one of them Deku swords.
I figured you would like this sword better than me, unless you don't want to use it.
Right. And if you could you send me the information on that so that I can give it one more proofread?
Yeah, I'd like to go over that too.
Oh yeah, no, that's why. I'm going to run through that generator thing I did for your chains. Alright, Dakashen. But yeah, you go to ask for the cage, and the guy basically shakes his head at you. Sorry. Cage is closed. With everyone going back to business, Cage is basically resupplying everyone. It'll be about a week plus before it's able for just general purchasing. Like, this is why we keep a cage. We're a university first, we're not a general store.
Is there a weapon supplier here, or an experimental weapon supplier here?
I mean, pick a door, you'll probably find something.
You know, if someone
That's
crazy
not
enough.
an invitation. Please don't.
No, that is an invitation for me.
No. Bad.
Okay.
Bad.
Good. Very good. Which door?
Oh, no, because we had to go to the cage to purchase the items in order to make it work. Never mind, we can't do that.
Yeah, like, as I said, I know who you guys are. I know what you're allowed to do. Hell, there's even a few doors here that were closed to you that are probably open now. But students come first.
Totally understandable. We'll be sticking around a little while to conduct some research before we head out on our next lead in order to destroy Gary. You mentioned there might be new doors open. Do you have any examples in mind?
In And he points back. There's literally hundreds. Some of these are dorm rooms, some of these are personal offices, some of these are experiments.
What kind of experiments?
We are the bleeding edge arcane institute on this realm.
So
Pick a
all kinds.
noun, pick a magic sounding word. We probably have a door for it.
Ghost.
Okay, I suppose. Knowing what our ultimate end goal is, do you have a recommendation on a door, or should we just pick at random?
I say pick at random, and I run to the first door I see, drag Armax with me, and open it.
Alright, you run open the door and just... Yeah, there's a reason why we have doormen. So you can't just randomly fling yourself anywhere.
But you said there were doors. That's a door.
Yes, but unless it's in this portal, and he points to where you can now see there are runes on the floor and the ceiling that line up, and unless you have this card, and he holds up his little, what looks to be like a glass pane with runes etched in it, you're not getting through any of those. It's the defense, so that no one can just pick a random door and just do stuff.
So if I have one of those cards and one of those doors, I can then door?
Nope, because you still don't know the dialing frequency. You wouldn't be able to move any door. And even then, these cards don't work for anyone.
Well, then that goes back to my original question. Knowing what our ultimate end goal is to rid our little continent of Gary, do you have a recommendation on where we can go that might not depend on the cage open?
Who the hell is Gary?
Abgor.
Abgor.
Oh. Oh, then no. Dude's dangerous as hell. We
What,
can't
Abgor?
even get into the frozen calamity anymore.
Yeah, that's what our goal is. Do you have any idea of anything here that may assist us in that end goal? Items, experiments, potions, alchemies?
Dude, I just work here. My field of study is illusion. You want to know how to make butterflies come out of some man's ass? I can tell you. You want to go to someplace specific, you gotta get in the its door.
Great.
This is like walking into a city and saying, I want to know where the sharp things are. He just sort of like gives you like a long arm shrug. It's like,
Great.
be more
Alchemy?
specific. Yeah, we have several divisions dedicated to alchemy.
We can do some alchemy.
Your students?
I want to go through the different doors.
I am learning alchemy.
Well, we should actually be offering classes soon. I'm guessing with your guys is that prestige, they'll probably waive the, entrance period.
Really? How soon?
Well, we're finally actually getting people back home, like in their actual beds now.
Does that mean tomorrow?
I mean, could be tomorrow, could be in the next month.
Who would I be able to ask about that?
So the professor's out, so you could probably... He just sort of like thinks to himself. Oh, Shard. He runs Alco 4. And I know he doesn't come back till tomorrow.
Okay. If I were to try and find a private tutor for alchemy, where would I go?
Ask.
I just have to ask.
He's basically the headmaster of alchemy.
Oh, so that would be the person that I would have to
Yeah.
ask. Okay.
It's like,
And he's not back till tomorrow.
no, he's currently making sure students are getting back in working order. A
Cool.
lot of us have been suffering exhaustion.
Understandable.
But I mean, is there anything else you're trying to look for? Like, there's some stuff active, you just like, stuff takes time. I mean, hell, half these doors were quiet until recently. So is there anything else I can help you with?
Well, guys, you got any other ideas of someplace we can go? Okay, let's do this. What is everybody interested in looking into?
Shadow face stuff.
Hold on. I'm gonna write it down in dumb ideas so we have a complete list.
I already have my stuff in the dumb ideas list, I think.
I think I did too.
Nope. It was just me and Armax.
No,
What was
I
your
wanted to
stuff?
look in. I wanted to look into my, like, the ex-owner of my chain to at least try to get some research on it.
Ah.
Alright.
Shadow face stuff.
So we want to look at the Eye of Agamotto. Tharzadin.
I have Agamotto. Like,
Shadow face stuff.
I mean,
Oh, hell yeah. Let's go to the Shadow Fae.
Nope.
Yeah, shadow face stuff.
Nope.
Shadow
Definitely gonna look into that.
Nope.
good luck with that.
Is it Arc or Archfey?
Arch.
Arch.
That's what I thought too.
Arch like archway, like the focal point.
The Calamity, the Ruins. We want to look at the aspects. I'll even specify where we can look for these things, so that might help us break down where we need to go.
Well, there's that big library.
Right, so the Eye of Tharzadin's probably going to have to be in the library. Shadowface stuff's probably going to have to be in the library. My face stuff is probably going to have to be in the library until we leave, and then
Right.
it won't.
I was about to say, the library looked kind of like Hogwarts. There were branches off of branches of information.
Yeah. The Calamity, that's probably going to be in the library. The Ruins, we may have to talk to a person about that specifically before looking at the library.
And I wanted to try to do a spirit quest with the brand.
Right. I turn back to the Dornman. We are interested in soon going to some ruins just north of... what's it called?
Portcullis.
Portcullis.
Alabaster, yeah.
Yeah, the Alabaster Ruins. Do you have any professors or maybe upper students in mind that have either looked into that before or maybe just cover that general area?
That'd be either under Draco or Arco. Let's say Arco?
Draco or Arco?
Yeah, no, Arco. That would be Professor. Oh, what's his fuck? I only know him as Broombeard. That's not true. Oh, Boomhandle. That's it. Professor Boomhandle.
Broom.
Do not call him Broombeard.
Okay.
Do not call him that.
Professor Broomhandle. Okay.
Boom.
Oh, boom handle. Like when a bomb goes off.
Yeah. He's from the Citadel, so they always have weird names.
Ah. Library /
Alright, Anything else I can help you all with?
Stay there for a second. Slash the
I
arch.
literally can't move.
Alchemy. What's the professor's name who might be able to tutor me in alchemy?
Shard.
Chard?
Well, he wouldn't be the one to do it, but he runs Alco.
Okay.
If you eat it, if you drink it, if you rub it on yourself, he runs it.
Interesting. Let's see. And spiriting with Armax.
Oh, you just reminded me. Hell yeah, Zagidi's is probably open again. I could use a drink.
Oh, that reminds me. Is Eliel's tail still, like, attached?
Oh, Armax, thank you for
I
reminding me.
completely forgot about that.
Yeah, I presumed you were still taking care of it, but you did go unconscious, which means you do need to roll a d100. Right. Good news, you still have a tail.
Woot!
You had to roll underneath your level for it to cause any harm.
Well, so, like, how does it look now? Can I move it around better?
You're not able to move it as a normal appendage, but when you move, like when you unfurl it, it does seem to be aware of how you're moving. So it's definitely, you definitely don't feel off balance with it anymore. So you're getting there. Though you can tell that this is not a tail. There's something more to it.
It's an American tail.
Well, it does have 3 prongs and a suction cup on it.
Could I also research
poked the
the
suction cup.
tail
I'm sorry, say again?
that I have? Can I research the tail I have? Since I just randomly got this tail because it looked cool. Can I research 2 things?
Yeah.
Awesome, I'm gonna do that.
Research.
You guys can take as much time as you want.
You're probably gonna want to talk to somebody about the tail who specializes.
I'm gonna poke the suction cup on the tail.
I turn back to the door guide. Hey, who can we talk to about her tail?
He sort of like leans over and checks it out. It's like, you'll probably have to talk to. What's the name I gotta give this guy? Probably gonna have to talk to Lily.
Lily.
Yeah.
Professor? Student?
Yeah, just professor. She runs the menagerie.
Okay. Professor.
We need to go to her too.
Okay. So what we've got so far is like almost all library stuff. The Shadowfae stuff, the Feywild and Arcfey in general, the Calamity, the Alabaster Ruins, the Aspects, Alchemy, my Spirit Quest with Armax, a visit to...
Tick, Symbol, and Derek.
Okay.
The Delta Rune.
Symbol, that's probably going to be the library again. And then possibly Rune Script. Hey, who would we talk to about Rune Script?
It'd probably be library again.
Okay.
I mean, if it's runic, you'd have to go to lingual. If it's magic, you'd probably have to go to Arco again. But
Okay.
if it's criminal, then you'd probably have to go to crime.
And if it's all 3?
Pick one. They'll all refer to each other.
Okay, perfect. Tick, Symbol, and who?
Derek, the guy who also had that symbol, but also the guy who murdered your parents.
Okay, I guess that's going to be the library again, although I doubt...
I figured I kind of lump him in with the Delta Rune.
Okay. Unit, do you have anything you want to look into?
Yeah, it was the history of the slave champion that had my chains. At least try to find some more information about them.
previous owner of James.
And you do have a decent chunk of it.
Yeah, but there's some left out at the end. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So that'd be the library. Anything else?
I don't think so.
Okay.
You guys covered everything else.
Look for new items, weapons, and armor when the cage opens up again. Visiting Zakides would probably take care of potions. We do only have 19,000 gold, so we can't go too crazy.
Wait, what do you mean visiting Zakides would handle potions?
Oh, I'm sorry, not potions.
You know, Zakides was the bar in Portcullis.
Right.
Yeah, you heard me right.
Potions. What other materials do we think we might need? I think armors, weapons, items, and potions pretty much covers it.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else have any ideas on anything that we might need to... Oh, we should probably inspect Appor himself.
Oh yeah, we should probably investigate Apple.
You mean Gary?
Yeah. Mr. Gygax, we should investigate him.
Gary. Okay.
I do realize that we have been questioning against this person for now over a year, and we have just decided let's look this guy up in a library.
I mean, all he did was just blow you guys up.
Like I really feel like Abgor has become the '80s guy from Futurama. Just like we've decided to go against that guy.
Hey, doorman.
Hi, elf person.
I'm potentially interested in looking into summoning magic. If I were to start summoning things here in the Arcanum, admittedly, like specifically in rooms designated for that stuff, would other people be able to see what's being summoned? Like, are there safety measures?
I mean, everything's in a pocket dimension. That's the safety measure. As for who can see it, like, dude, that's spell to spell.
Ooh. I have something I'd like to investigate, but I don't know who I'd ask. Who would Armax talk to about his eye?
A cult?
A cult? Are there any cults here?
No, OCCULT.
Okay, that's very different and a much better
Yes.
person to ask.
The occult. You can find them through Necro. No, if it's weird unknown magic, it's either them or Arco that has it.
I know where Armax is hanging out.
Alright. Well, it sounds like you guys have a full list. So what do you say we call it here, and I will
that's a
start running some tables. And if you guys want, we could try and do this next week with all of us together. So we can all get a glimpse of the story. Because I don't think I can handle all of you in between now and then.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. I think there's only like a handful of stuff that'd be secret anyway.
Yeah. No, I'm cool with whatever.
There is also, you do have a 10-foot square steel box full of gold.
That's,
Oh, yeah, we should sell that.
Yeah, we should probably do something with that.
Because we need more gold.
Alright, so I'm going to say let's call it for the night. Everyone get your questions ready. If there's something secret, send it to me. And also, don't forget, You guys are at the level to own like a permanent residence somewhere.
Do you guys want to? Hey, do you guys want to separate the stuff between us?
I would let you guys decide that. I gotta go get some sleep and roll some tables.
Okay, cool.
I bid you all good night, and I can't wait to see you next week.
Bye.
Yep, good night.
Good night.
And